Meet the women of Berkshire. Business Wire's Kathy Barron-Tamraz, Johns Manville's Mary Reinhardt, and Borsheim's Susan Jacques. From buildings to jewelry to communications, these women of Berkshire are in a unique position.
When Warren announced my promotion to CEO last November, two of the first people who congratulated me and reached out were Susan and Kathy.
We do reach out to one another if we have a need or if we have, a concern in any way. And I think there is a special bond that has developed.
We get a lot of attention since there's five of us.
Some would say, though, on the outside, they would look at Berkshire and say, there are still only 5 female CEOs. There are still only going to be 3 women board members. That's not enough.
Change comes slowly. I mean, he didn't buy these other businesses because there were men running them. He bought these certain businesses, and that's who's in charge, and he always is looking for the best person for the job.
And that includes Buffett's own seat as CEO.
You seem to be, Warren, and correct me if I'm wrong, you seem to be letting out few more details about your successor. I mean, the other day you confirmed that this person is going to be a man.
Well, I've actually used a male pronoun unintentionally for quite a while. There are 3 candidates, and they're all male. That doesn't mean that they will be 5 years from now, and I hope they aren't at some point in the future.
What is it going to take to get to the point where there are half the women in the boardroom, half the women in corporate America are in senior positions?
Warren is very progressive, and to show the support that he's going to select the best individual for the job, regardless of gender.
Does it disappoint you, though, that the next CEO he mentioned that's going to succeed him is going to be a man?
I think that he's named, various components of the succession plan at Berkshire, but he's never actually named the person that will step into the role that the subsidiary companies actually report to.
Have you talked with him individually just about, women in the workplace, corporate governance?
As he always says, he looks for people with passion, people with intelligence, people with high integrity.
I've been blessed to work for him for a very long time now, and he has always been very supportive, and I think he believes very strongly in the power of women and how differently his sisters were treated from him because of the biases of the period and the time, and that, hopefully we're living in a different time, and I think there is now a tremendous opportunity for women to be very successful in the workplace, as well as finding that life balance.
I've talked to Warren about women in the past. He said, well, why would anybody want to exclude 50% of the population in terms of utilizing brain power? I mean, Mr. Rational, right? He just makes so much sense.
Another thing Buffett's been open about recently, joining Twitter.
You're not following anyone on Twitter.
Not yet. No, I'm following.
Are you going to?
I'm not even going to follow myself. But
The first link he tweeted, an essay he wrote on why he's bullish on women and why they're the key to America's prosperity. Buffett joins Twitter at a time when new SEC rules allow companies to distribute information on social media. I asked Business Wire CEO whether she felt this would undercut her business.
I'm really not worried about it at all. Twitter is social, and we've got 61 Twitter feeds as part of our distribution, but it's a very small part of our distribution. But, I mean, it's a great way to engage in conversation after the fact. But if you are putting out your earnings report, you want to use a service that's vetting the news and is very, very secure. And as we know with the AP fake Twitter attack, Twitter and many social sites are not very secure.
What happened after the attack into the Associated Press account? Did your clients call you up?
The SEC came out and they didn't issue any new ruling. They put out a report. But then here comes the AP hack about the fake explosions and the president being injured. And everybody went, oh my goodness, look what can happen on Twitter. The stock market drops 1%. $200 billion is lost in 3 minutes. And I said, well, that's our point. We've got to get this right every single day.